Scalp the day. Got my finger on the trigger. Tiny moves, big thrill. Little candlestick flicker, chasing every small fill. Green flash, red flash, I'm surfing every wave. Telling myself I'll quit, but I love this arcade. Every tick feels louder than the band in my head. Floating on momentum, not the plan that I read. I say it's just one more, but I'm already late. Lost in the ladder, dancing with fate. Scalp the day away, ride that price parade. Up, down, I stay. Till my worries scalp the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say. Scalp the day away. Disco ball on the ceiling, charts on every side. Trumpets blast when I'm winning, float side when we slide. Stop lost in the corner, but I keep creeping tight. Chasing that perfect entry like a strobe in the night. Every feel's another spin, I'm glued to the screen. Heartbeat on the hi-hat pulsing through the machine. I know I should step back, let the numbers just breathe, but I'm stuck in this shuffle. Can't leave, scalp the day away. Ride that price parade. Up, down, I stay. Till my worries scalp the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say. Scalp the day away. Hands in the air when the spread opens wide. Buy, sell, echo inside. Horn stabs hit when the trend starts to bend. The swirl slow when I promise this is the end. Then I hit it again. Whoa! Scalp the day away. Ride that price parade. Up, down, I stay. Till my worries scalp the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say. Scalp the day away. Up, down, I stay. Till my worries scalp the day away. One more trade, I say. Scalp the day Scalp the day away. Screens glow, coffee steam, chart lines, laser beams, bell rings, heartbeat sway, click, scalp the day. Got my finger on the trigger, tiny moves, big thrill. Little candlestick flicker, chasing every small fill. Green flash, red flash, I'm surfing every wave. Telling myself I'll quit, but I love this arcade. Every tick feels louder than the band in my head. Floating on momentum, not the plan that I read. I say it's just one more, but I'm already late. Lost in the ladder, dancing with fate. Scalp the day away. Ride that price parade. Up, down, I stay. Till my worries scalp the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say. Scalp the day away. Disco ball on the ceiling, charts on every side. Trumpets blast when I'm winning, float side when we slide. Stop lost in the corner, but I keep creeping tight. Chasing that perfect entry like a strobe in the night. Every feel's another spin, I'm glued to the screen. Heartbeat on the hi-hat pulsing through the machine. I know I should step back, let the numbers just breathe, but I'm stuck in this shuffle. Can't leave, scalp the day away. Ride that price parade. Up, down, I stay. Till my worries scalp the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say. Scalp the day away. Hands in the air when the spread opens wide. Buy, sell, echo inside. Horn stabs hit when the trend starts to bend, the swirl slow, and I promise this is the end. Then I hit it again. Whoa, got the day away, ride that price parade, up, down, I stay, till my worries got the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say, stop the day, got the day away. Up, down, I stay, till my worries got the day away. One more trade, I say, stop the day, stop the day away. Stop the day away. Screens glow, coffee steam, chart lines, laser beams, bell rings, heartbeat sway, click, scalp the day. Got my finger on the trigger, tiny moves, big thrill, little candlestick flicker, chasing every small fill. Green flash, red flash, I'm surfing every wave, telling myself I'll quit, but I love this arcade. Every tick feels louder than the band in my head, floating on momentum, not the plan that I read. I say it's just one more, but I'm already late, lost in the ladder, dancing with fate. Scalp the day away, ride that price parade, up, down, I stay, till my worries got the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say, scalp the day away. Disco ball on the ceiling, charts on every side, trumpets blast when I'm winning, float side when we slide, stop lost in the corner, but I keep creeping tight, chasing that perfect entry like a strobe in the night. Every feels another spin, I'm glued to the screen, heartbeat on the hi-hat pulsing through the machine. I know I should step back, let the numbers just breathe, but I'm stuck in this shuffle, can't leave. Scalp the day away, ride that price parade, up, down, I stay, till my worries got the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say, stop the day away. Hands in the air when the spread opens wide, buy, sell, echo inside. Horn stabs hit when the trend starts to bend, the swirl slow, and I promise this is the end. Then I hit it again. Whoa, got the day away, ride that price parade, up, down, I stay, till my worries got the day away. In this fever haze, one more trade, I say, stop the day, Screens glow, coffee steam, chart lines, laser beams, bell rings, heartbeat sway, click, scalp the day. Got my finger on the trigger, tiny moves, big thrill, little candlestick flicker, chasing every small fill. Green flash, red flash, I'm surfing every wave, telling myself I'll quit, but I love this arcade. Every tick feels louder than the band in my head, floating on momentum, not the plan that I read. I say it's just
Good morning, everybody. Somebody give me a sound check, mic check, any check. Yes, song is great. I hope you guys really like it. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Is everybody good? Oh, I know what I need to do. Sorry, let me just do one other thing here. I want to create parameters. Wait. First trade, right? Apply. Okay, cool. Good morning, everybody. Ask Me Anything Friday. We're ready to trade. Any questions on prop you guys have for me, feel free to ask me. We had a great session. Was this when you join? Oh, sorry. Okay. I couldn't read my own banners here. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys having a great day. I have a very special show. I'm gonna, next week, guys, is a big week. We have wealth charts, wealth 365 coming up on Wednesday, and I'm actually going to be presenting then. So let me give you a link. I just want to make sure you guys have all registered, and let me take you to it. Actually, put this over here. I will be presenting in 2 days, 23 hours, January 24th. And today I'm actually going to show you the scalping strategy that I developed precisely for this show, just to show off at Wealth Charts 365, using the tools and the indicators that we already have. And it's actually really, really a lot of fun. It's like creates 3-4 trades every hour in each single instrument. It's really, really good, and it's a combination of a lot of things that we've been doing that ties together the indicator trade management techniques that I showed you kind of yesterday, and kind of the frequency of scalping that makes it so much fun. So I'm going to share that with you today. I'll show it to you first on TradingView, and then we'll do a little bit of it on wealth charts. But the most important part is this is going to be the strategy I'm going to display at wealth charts. So come on in. And so what is the symbol to trade gold on Apex? It's the same symbol as everything, MGC. It's the future symbol, MGC, right? That you have it over here. These are the symbols we're trading, MGC, MNQ, or GC or NQ if you're trading a large contract. So that's number one. Be sure, if you haven't signed up for Wealth Charts 365, please come join us. It's going to be a really, really good show. There's usually thousands of people show up. A lot of really, really good content. But come see me this Wednesday. I'll post that up a little bit more. Here's the show. Just go get your ticket. Go organize yourselves. Do that. Now, the second thing that's big is, of course, the really, really big thing is Prop Fest. So let me give you the link for that as well. That's going to be next Saturday. And that's going to be huge. But I got another cool thing that I want to show you vis-a-vis that. So this is Prop Fest, right? That's Kathy's little baby over here that everybody should come and join. But here's the cool thing. There is actually a $5 million raffle, 50 separate free prop accounts that we're going to be giving away. Let me just get you the link. Just 1 second. Is that link? Sorry, it's a separate link. I just want to give it to you directly. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So if you actually hit this link that I'm going to give you, you will automatically be invited to Prop Trader Fest. But this is the raffle link for $5 million of various things that we're giving away. So it's really, really cool. You can just come in. It's literally every prop firm that's going to be at the show has put up tons and tons of free accounts. So the ability to win a free account is going to be massive. It's not like one or two. We're giving up more than 50 free accounts with $5 million worth of value. So I highly recommend you guys come and hang with us because I think it'll be a lot of fun. Okay. I'll talk a little bit more about this at the end. But now that the markets are starting to get ready for the open, let's talk a little bit about my strategy, and I'll show you exactly what I have in mind. Hang on a second. We're actually converting right now to positive trend. And the idea is super simple. It's not anything that you guys haven't seen before. It's just a variant on the trade that I've been doing. I showed you that the best possible trade is the turn trade, right? The idea of like when you're turning from positive to negative slope on an 8-period SMA, if you have like something like red, green, green, it's kind of a positive momentum slope. You get long, you're good to go, right? That is a really, really good strategy. And we, if we get the setups like that, we certainly can take them. It's super, it's super easy for us to run those setups. But a simpler, cleaner, sort of a pure scalp variant of this is trading to trend. And what I mean by that is you're only going to, if the big trend is down, you're only going to take the sell labels, right? Sell labels. And if the big trend is up, you're only going to take the buy labels. And most importantly, the reason why I have like the buy and the sell labels on here, instead of just simply showing you sells on trend and buys on trend, is because what you want to do is you don't want to take two consecutive trades to the downside or to the upside without an interrupt between them. So an interrupt gives you a suggestion that there's a little bit of a balance correction. But when you have two consecutives, you're very, very likely to hit the lows or hit the highs. So you need that balance interrupt in order to make the trade. Now, of course, and by the way, with the turn trade, as I spoke, to everybody in coaching, the critical component is the range constraint is there. You are using range to make sure that you're getting properly filtered out turn trades. In this scalp, the range is turned to none. You're just completely turning it down to none because you're just looking for quick first movement scalp moves in slope. So, like for example, right now, gold has turned positive trend, right? And what we're going to look for is the first green label in upside. And we're going to use our technique that I showed you yesterday of like one at market, one at limit, one below, if we need to, in order to be able to create a blended trade that gives us incredible, basically 6 to 1 resolution. Yeah, I ran the numbers yesterday. It was between 6 to 1 to 7 to 1 resolution. So it's sort of 85 to 87% hit rate on those type of trades, which is very, very good. NASDAQ too, turning positive right now. The only problem with NASDAQ, of course, is that none of this stuff really matters before the market open because there's a lot of fake outs. So we're going to try to ignore that as far as that goes. But to kind of show you, I think I can actually show this to you. I wonder if I put the no, hang on a second. Let me see if I did this. Execution marks. Yeah, you can see some of my execution marks. You can see me selling the trend here, selling the trend here, selling the trend here. I'm only trading the big trend. I'm not trading any of the green labels. I'm just using the green labels as demarcation markers on my chart to tell me how to use it. But like all of that worked really, really well this morning on gold. And I think I can also show you. I have some NQ trades as well. Yeah, here's the NQ trades. See, I'm selling with trend, right? Red down here. I'm selling it down, selling it down, selling it down. Could have sold this one. I was just too busy to do this. But the idea is that you're just scalping with trend, and it takes a massive amount of quick trades. Is there any way to turn off the large range box? You mean the sessions? The session? I think the indicator is right there. It's a good question. Yeah, show session boxes. Unclick it. Just unclick it, and you won't need it. But I don't know why you would want to do that. It's incredibly valuable information. But it's up to you. Everything should be configurable, so you can take it on, take it off. All right, I'm going to kind of cheat and give you a flavor of what I have in mind here. This is not really a pure uptrend, but I'm going to just assume it's an uptrend. Here we're going to go in this quadrant so you guys can actually see my execution trades here. And I'm going to show you what I want to do. So I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy it at 41, and then buy a second one at 36 if I need to. And I'm managing for 10 target, 20 stop. One of the things that you can do is when you put the limit orders, what's really, really easy is you can pre-prepare. Oops, sorry, I screwed this up. Fuck. You pull down the sell stops all the way to the big stop, and if it gets executed, you just pull the sell stop over here, sell limit over here to execute yourself to the limit. As I said, I'm kind of cheating. This is not really a signal, but I want to show you the idea and principle. And I feel relatively okay about this. Meantime, we can take a look at gold. Same idea. Gold going to give me if it gives me a positive green label, I want to be long that thing. Does gold have many fake signals before 9:30? As Nasdaq does? No, gold does not. Is not nearly. Gold is just generally a sort of a fake out trade, which is why you have to buy and then buy again at limit to get yourself a better blended price. But not like Nasdaq is just notorious for going the exact opposite of where it's going on the open. So I'm long. I think I'm long 41s here. My target is 51, right? This would be my target if I got the blended price. But I'm going to do this, and because it's market open, I'm actually going to cheat a little bit and put my sell limit to the short exit over here and see if I can get that sell limit done. Yeah, I'm just going to get out of the trade because it's pre-market. I don't really want to fool around with this thing. Now, here's what I want to take your attention to gold, right? That you're seeing on the right-hand side, right? That actually would have gotten done. So we have a red sell label here. We're going to ignore any of those labels because we're positive trend right now. So what we're going to focus on is the next green label. This actually, by the way, would have totally taken me to full target, but whatever. I'll take it. You got it done. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. I was just focused on other things, and I don't like being long Nasdaq before the market open because it's always just a whipsaw show. So I'd rather get out of it like this. So we'll stay patient and watch around, see what it wants to do. But remember, the critical thing here is I'm suppressing range as a filter here, simply because I'm looking for these very short slope scalps. This is not a turn trade. The turn trade requires volatility, continuation, movement, all that kind of stuff. This one is just like looking for quick scalps within trend. The one constraint I'm putting on this, in a turn trade, I can trade both the trend and counter trend flows. Here, I only want to trade the big trend flows. The big trend flows are ones that are determined by the 8 period being above or below the SMA. So like right now, the 8 is above in gold. It's above in NASDAQ. They're both positive trend constructs. So I am waiting for the next green label to appear in both of them. That's going to be my entry. Nico is asking, what does it mean? Where's Nico's question? Nico is asking, what does it mean a range must be less than if greater and less than are the same number? Ignore the less than. You can set the less than to like 1 tick. It's really not a usable value right now. The only value we use is either there's no range constraint or it's got to be greater than. So, sometime down the road, maybe we're going to create some strategies around range less than, but the range less than right now is essentially a placeholder value. So just set it to 1, some non-material number, because it's not going to matter. Okay. So sorry for that confusion, but that's basically the idea. I don't know if there's any news events today. I frankly haven't looked yet. We can take a look. I don't think so. I don't think the Supreme Court is going to announce anything either. Okay, so gold is bending away from trend now, going negative. We're just waiting to see if it wants to establish what trend it wants to establish. Let's take a look at what's next. So don't forget, again, Prop Trader Fest, $5 million in evals, and my wealth charts coming up on Wednesday. So it's like a lot of stuff on the calendar this week, as far as cool key events. And we'll trade the wealth charts as well. This is the same setup on wealth charts. You can see gold is just turning right back down, so nothing much going on over here. I'm just waiting for the market open to see if we can get any directionality. Let's see what. Where is this? Trading economics. Let's see what we got today. Not much, just manufacturing production. Not really a lot. So let's watch the charts, see what we can do. Yeah, Bowen could speak. I mean, what is up with the Supreme Court? Is was supposed to say something about the tariffs almost a week ago at this point. Yeah. And Trump is going to talk at 10 o'clock. That's kind of interesting. I wonder what he's going to say. I wonder if it's going to be economic or geopolitical. Trump made that move yesterday about utility companies and AI. What causes the change of color in the flag? A higher high creates a neon color. a lower high or a higher low creates a regular color. So this is a higher low, right? Like the prior low was lower. The prior low was lower, so this is going to be purple. If this was a lower low, it'd be neon. And neon means just intensity. You want the neons to be oh, he's going to talk about Greenland today, you think? Maybe. I was just thinking, so this is my plan for Greenland, right? Like they were talking about paying these 50,000 people, you know, whatever the fuck they do over there, $10 million each, right? So, and Europeans, of course, are all up in arms about how, you know, we are being an empire, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So like I had this idea, there's 50,000 Greenlanders. What if you just said, oh, we're going to pay 100,000 Americans to move to Greenland? And since the Europeans are all about freedom of immigration and, you know, never stopping anybody at the border and letting everybody come into their shores and so on and so forth. So you get like 100,000 Americans claiming bullshit asylum to be settled in Greenland at $500,000 each, which costs us, I think, like, you know, half of what we, maybe even a third of what we want to buy Greenland for. And then, of course, they have a democratic election and all the Americans vote for Greenland to be part of America. And that's it. You know, and then we have a democratic solution to us buying Greenland. That's my geopolitical choice for right now. I'd love to trade this trade here, but I can't because we got 3 minutes to the open, so I can't take this green. So I'm going to have to wait. That's my plan, right? You guys like that plan? I think it's a cool plan. I guarantee you. You know how many like it'd be nothing. You could take 100,000 Alaskans, although Alaskans get a lot of money, but still, if you paid them $500,000, hell, you could probably even get people out of Texas to come out and do this for a couple of years. You know, then, you know, it's a democratically elected move. No army needed, just money. Yeah, this is the kind of shit I waste my time on when I am not trading, guys. You know, clearly I was a little bored this morning. Yeah, I understand that Greenland is under, you know, Denmark and under NATO. You have to understand that without America, there is no NATO. So it's not like, you know, that there's a rule. We are the rule. L'état, c'est moi, if you know what that means. Money is the new army. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. That's a good one. Oh, you know what? Let me, oh my goodness. I don't have the comments enabled. Everybody should see these comments. You guys should see all the comments on the screen. Holy moly, we're opening up nice and small. I would have loved to have taken that long, but you know, it doesn't matter. We don't gamble on the open. Now we kind of, you know, we're in relatively decent shape. I think it looks like a trend may be setting up in NAS. And so, you know, we are waiting basically for the next 10, 15 minutes for the price action to adjust itself and give us some clues. Trend is also kind of establishing itself in gold to the downside, I think. Gold is been sold off most of the night. Like we can take a look at, let me just take you to a big picture of gold. So this is NAS. Let's go look at gold. Just sort of, you know, in overnight trade. You can see lots of choppiness on gold, but really it's been a sell-off from Asia from like 420, you know, 426 all the way down to 588, coming back down, but we're not, you know, not doing anything of material. And look, it feels to me like they want to challenge New York session lows here in gold. So we'll see. This actually, I'm going to take this. I'll explain to you why I'm going to take this sell in gold right now, because this is actually a sell signal. But the way this the indicator is set up, it's set up on both signals. Like I'll show you in just 1 second. Just bear with me a sec here. I'm going to sell this market. Sell market. All right, actually. Oh, Jesus, that was so fast. Holy shit. That was, sorry, I sold it and it got hit. So, if you guys followed me, that was super easy. That was just $2 in 1 second, 20 points in 1 second. That was a super fast one. But let me show you why I was selling gold here. If I go to gold, go to NASDAQ. See how fast that was? 9 to or 2 to 100, just super fast. So why was I doing this? Let's do it on the big chart to kind of show you. This is set up as both on A1. I'm showing both labels. When what I really want is just trend. I just want trend signals. The problem is, and if I go to trend signals, you see this was the signal, right? If you go to trend signals, I knew this was the first sell signal in trend. The reason why I don't have it on trend is because I want that green interrupt to come up on the screen, and I'm sort of mentally filtering it out, mentally filtering it out. So when I go to both, I'm going to see greens or reds in between my I want to see my counter trend signals on the idea. You know what I think, actually, I just realized what is much more intelligent, much more intelligent. Oh, this is the way you want to do this. Okay, so what we're going to do, Jesus, I can't believe I didn't think about this. So this is how we're going to do this. This is the proper way of scalping. I'm trading with trend. I only want to see trend signals, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm going to add my my indicator again. I'm going to have a double, oops, 1 second. No, sorry. I'm going to add my indicator again, but this time I'm going to configure it with both and suppress it out, basically the whole thing, blah, 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 and just say this. So now I have like both. And then if I want to see, so this gives me these, these interrupt signals on the thing. But then if I want to just simply the trend, I just hide it. And that way I get the signal, the proper signal on the charts. So I'm just actually going to save this one as my GC1 scalp, save indicator as my GC A1 scalp. So this way I have both, and then I can just simply suppress one of them. But this way I can see both trades really cleanly as a signal. Okay, so that's one. And then what I want to do on the other one, and then I want to go to NASDAQ. Same situation. This is kind of a double setup here. And the only thing I do in NASDAQ is I just, that's fine. Range just, 150, that's fine. Okay. And I'll save this one as NQ. And so what that does when we're over here is it just simply creates, I put two indicators on here, and that makes it so much easier to suppress one versus the other. But also you get to see the labels a lot better. Richard, if you want to live under the Chinese and Russian dictatorship, be my guest. I think Europeans are under some illusion that everybody is a good guy. Whereas people who actually lived in the real world and who've lived in both of those countries understand that the only difference between Russia and China and Nazi Germany is a smiling face. So you can either be under the umbrella of Americans, or you can be under the umbrella of Chinese. Who would you rather be under? Who do you think you're going to have more civil rights under? The umbrella of Americans or the umbrella of the Chinese or the Russians, who gladly kill children just for fun in Ukraine, just for fun? Okay. So, tell me how much international law is going to apply to you on that. I always find it really fascinating that everybody screams about international law, except the people that have actually lived in those countries who fully understand what Trump is doing. Okay, looks like we might get, I'm looking for, this is weird. What happened here? Why am I getting, I just want to make sure I have the setup correct here. All right, I'm going to cheat. Okay. Oh, gold is turning positive, but it's kind of not. I bought gold over here. It's not really positive trend, but I'm kind of cheating on gold. I'm assuming that it's positive trend, and I'm long 15. And I got to go buy more now. I got to buy more. Okay. So I bought more. I'm going to pull this down. Sorry, it's a lot of quick work here. I'm going to pull this down, see if I can resolve my golds. Again, I was cheating. It's not a really, really good trade, but it's hopefully going to resolve me properly on the move here. So this is not quite an uptrend, right? So big breakout. I bought the breakout. I bought the second dip down, and I may just simply be eating this this gold trade because I rushed the trade because I just wanted to show you the signal. But we'll see. I mean, either gold is turning around and going positive trend, at which point I kind of front run the idea, and I mean, hopefully going to be able to survive in the scalp, or this is going to fall apart and it's just another fake move on gold. Meantime, looking at NASDAQ, it's just choppy. It's Friday, guys. So Friday is always going to be a terribly choppy, terribly ugly day. We're going to try and make lemonade out of lemons here. But we'll see. I feel like I did the cardinal sin here. I chased the gold move when I should have just been patient enough to wait for it to settle down and establish a trend. But okay, NASDAQ is creating a positive trend signal for me now, so I want to take that signal if it holds. And with gold, I eat my gold, but let's see if NASDAQ gives me the trade that I really want, which is positive trend and positive scalp in trend. And that goes away. "17 seconds left." Let's see. I'm going to transfer NASDAQ over here so you guys can see the trades. If it does go, no, it doesn't go. It's not. I don't have a signal here. All right, second, this is a real move in gold. Like, I mean, the genuine, the clear signal for me in gold. I want to go long, sorry. And now I am 11. I want to be a buyer. 10 here. I'm just going to have to buy here. Wow. Okay, so I'm pulling this down to my stops over here. I'm pulling this up to my stops over here. Wow, gold is just really sucking balls here today. Just not doing any kind of continuity at all. But let's see if it bounces back up. That took forever to clear, but it eventually did clear, which is good. So gold does clear. Now, this actually creates a second buy for us. Shit. Okay, I'm long again. Sorry. 13. I got to buy again. I'm trying to buy again, trying to do the same thing again because it's a second scalp for me. Let's see if this is going to work. And get a little bit of a more movement here. It's just super fast, moves in gold. It's kind of hard to focus on this thing. But I bought down one, and I'm trying to, sell both right over here at 1. There, and that takes it out. Okay, so finally I just wanted to show you the rhythm of how I do this, and obviously the Friday morning open is just kind of the shittiest trying here, but I did get a lot of this stuff back, so now we're back in business. Now it's gonna, if it stays up, it's gonna just sort of not have any signals. It needs to come back down, get another green signal for me to try to take gold out. So gold was really struggling. We're trying to establish direction. We managed to hang on to the trades. Cleared one, cleared the second. So both of those trades really worked nicely. This was a chase trade that I shouldn't have been in, and I obviously paid the price for being in the chase trade. NASDAQ now is turning negative. So what we want to do now on NASDAQ is actually suppress this one and start looking for a red label, because we're gonna short the first red label that we get if NASDAQ decides to to get negative. Session highs on gold, by the way, that's another one of our favorite trades, which we can I can actually go over here. If I go to I think GC Momo, is this the one? Yeah, you can see in this particular structure, if I get if this is one of my favorite trades, and I'll definitely trade this as well, where we get a neon green against the session high, I want to be a buyer on that idea. And similarly, by the way, in NASDAQ, I should have a red label, but if I get a neon red against the session low, I want to trade that as well. So one is rising, one is falling. I want to trade them both if I have a chance. Okay, so this is gold doing its neon green. 22 seconds left. I'm going to be very patient. It needs to hold that label in order for me to trade it. 11, 10, 7, 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm long 17 and a half, and I want to be in at 16.3 for my second trade if I need it. Bring my sell stop. All right, now I'm in on the second trade, and I just want to try to get out on the exit if I can. In the meantime, you're not going to see the NASDAQ trade because it won't show on the thing. But if this goes red, I'm going to be selling NASDAQ. You're not going to see it live on the screen because it's you can only show one trade at a time on Tradeovate. But I'm going to be selling NASDAQ over here right now. If it goes if it stays purple, if it stays neon red. Oh, selling NASDAQ. $19, I'll be selling another one at 24, 25, if it goes. Okay, gold is done. Let's go to NASDAQ. Let's trade NASDAQ. And NASDAQ is done too, and I'm going to cancel this. So, you guys get the idea. I want to get rid of this. Okay. So you get the idea, but you see how quickly and easily we can take these trades once we get the signals. So this was the first neon red, cleared, negative direction in NASDAQ, shorted that, super, super easy. When you look at gold, that was the high off the session highs. Love that trade. Boom, boom. One step down, two resolved. So 30 points in one, 20 points in the other, a whopping 2 minutes of my time, and I'm done on those trades. Now we can chill out a little bit because the markets, we're not going to be getting signals until we get a little bit of a break in the price action. But hopefully you guys got a good idea of how I am scalping this. Yes, no? Everybody following me a little bit here today? I'm going to switch over to wealth charts in a little bit because it's going to be much easier to kind of follow this on the wealth charts. But I wanted to condition you on the trading view charts because they're easier to see these events. Pretty cool. Anybody take the NASDAQ trade with me, or anybody take the gold trade with me? Do you guys run those trades? Ronan did. Do you market in? What does that mean, Todd's trades? How do you make limit orders on wealth charts? Oh, super easy. You don't need to do anything. You're on wealth charts. Make sure you got the DOM over here, right? And let's say market is 46.16. You just put your tab over here to 15.5. That's an automatic limit order. The stops and targets are all attached. It will get executed. You literally just click it on the DOM, and you're ready to go. That's what makes wealth charts super easy to trade. Market order. I go market order on the first order. Like, for example, you guys want to play the gold. Did not get it. Did not get the. I was looking for the for session highs here on labeled to session highs, but it didn't hold the highs. How's NASDAQ doing? NASDAQ is making session lows here. Okay, so we're gonna play session. We're gonna try and trade NASDAQ right now, if we can. It's not holding them. If we have a red dot at session lows, we're gonna sell NASDAQ right now. You guys are gonna see me do this, and we're gonna sell it market. It's a 40-80 trade. But it doesn't hold, so there's no trade. The trade was really over here. I could have taken this, additional trade more. So we'll stay patient. So we'll stay I'll stay on the NASDAQ trade. You know what's really cool about wealth charts is because they don't contain you to just one browser. You can do both. So like we're gonna sell this, guys. If this is gonna hold a dot, we're gonna sell this. Because it's fresh session lows, we're breaking 25.8. They're testing them. They can't break them just yet. 20 seconds left. Let's see what it wants to do. Yeah, breaking fresh lows. 10 seconds left. All right, I sold market, and then I'm at 93. I'm gonna sell some at 98, right over here. Limit order at 98, and I got done. Now I move this buy over here and then move this buy stop over here, and now we just let it manage, and see if it comes back down. Lets us execute. Now this was I really needed like a 20 point, 40 point move on this thing, but it's fine. It's this was like the third or the fourth drop to the bottom, so it's very very vulnerable to a big retrace move. But now we're in the money, and we're moving, and I'm gonna flatten out. I'm just gonna flatten out over here on the whole position, because I knew there was gonna just big. Although look at this, it drops like I'm always getting out too early, but this was an easy, super clean kind of a dump trade that I should have held a little bit longer. The stop loss and the take profit are over here. They're marked, right? See, you preset them, you check them, so they will automatically be attached, just like they were in mine. Gold just bumping against the highs. NASDAQ is still session lows. We got 16 seconds. We're going to sell this again. I know I'm really pressing my luck, but you know, it's fun. It's fun to do it, and let's see if it works. I'm at 65, and I want to be selling at 70 on the secondary offer. Or, oops, I'm done on the 70, so I got to do buy stops over here. The only hard part is just managing my chart here. Oh, and I'm done on the limits. I'm going to just exit out. Good. So I think I'm just blopping around here, trying to get my limits and stops all set up because I'm working too much. But all of this got done. You see, 1, 2, 3, boom, boom, boom. I mean, there's nothing better. Honestly, there's nothing better than selling session lows, buying session highs in the way that we scalp. It's a super clean trade. Now, obviously, those trades are just really only possible New York Open, like in terms of consistency. They happen throughout the 24-hour clock, but when they really happen is just the first half hour. That's really when things just kind of go. So if you sort of follow, if I just simply focused on NASDAQ, which I really probably should, 9:30 to 10:30, I should really be focusing on NASDAQ session high, session lows trades. And when you get this kind of a phalanx of a waterfall, every one of these trades becomes a winner, right? It's just like a like a machine gun, and that's the classic scalp down trade that I use. And you can use the same technique of 1 up, 5 up, resolve everything. I really just need to focus on one chart to be able to do that super fast. Anybody trade the NASDAQ with me? Yeah, angle up or angle down is the key. You're right. I mean, the angle is, the thing is though, the angle sharpens after the fact. Like you don't necessarily know that it's a fully, it's developing a sharp angle as you go along, and watching that sharp angle definitely helps you. English, you traded that with me? Good job. So, we took all of these scalps out. Let's see what we're doing on gold. Gold is not doing anything. Yeah, look at NASDAQ. I mean, just dumped about 100 points, and that's what you want. I mean, this is like the classic down trade. Super easy to kill it once you hit it. I'm watching gold here just to see what I have as a possibility. Now, one of the things I'm not trading here is the counter trend trade, and the reason why is because I really only like it when I have a very, very firm signal. And the firm signal for me would be like a red, green dot, right? Like that would be my, my really firm signal. So this, by the way, fresh session lows in NASDAQ right here. Let's go play it again. Let's just do it again. $13 seconds. All right, sell here at 28, and I want to sell at 34 on the secondary one. Okay, I got the second limit, so I want to move buy limit here, buy stop over here. Let's see if that's going to work. It might retrace completely. I mean, it's very natural that it hit the bottom, but let's see if this is going to work for me. And I can flatten out and I'm done. And that does work. Beautiful. So we just picked up like 30, 40 points in a matter of a couple of minutes. And honestly, this is the free fall in NASDAQ is the perfect structure for this. Because the free fall basically You buy it, you sell the retrace, you correct it. You buy it, you sell the retrace, you correct it. You can do this like 3 times. I've done this 4 times, which is the maximum I really want to do on an individual trend move, because this is where it gets grossly oversold. Now, it could dump even further. And Friday is notorious for kind of dumping it, but it's a good example of where trading with trend, trading with flow, trading with momentum makes it super easy for you to resolve lots and lots of trades like this. Let me see how gold is doing. Gold is trying to muster a move here. So what I was going to say is, for NASDAQ, you're really not going to trade the reversal until you have green, red, reds, right? Like you have just a complete reversal trade. So we can switch. I can switch my views to NASDAQ turn, and it's just all sells, right? So in order for me to even come close, I would need to have 2 neon greens to kind of trade the reversal. But this just gave us beautiful yield today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them all the way down. Really nice trades. Is there a deal on Apex right now? I think it's like a standard 50% off. I think it's just the regular deal, but it's still a very good deal. That was fun, Judith. Did you enjoy that? It was like it is a big kick, right? Okay, gold. Everybody watching gold. Yeah, I'm not going to show this on the screen because I just can't have time to switch around. But I'm going to get long gold on this. All right, this 17.6, and I'm going to buy it 16.5 on my secondary move. Here, I'll switch to gold over here. You guys can watch it. Let's see if I can, where am I on this move? I'm looking, I'm looking for the 20. There. Oh, it almost made me. It almost made me. God damn, that was really, really close. Look at that. Just missed my target. Fuck. Come on. Gold is really going to tease me. All right. It just missed my target. So annoying. Let's see if it's going to hit my limit entry. All right, on the limit entry, now I'm going to try and come up here. Let's see if it's going to resolve me over here on the secondary trade. And we're resolved on this. So, you don't win on the first, you win on the second. That's the whole idea. You make your life as you give yourself as many chances to win as possible. That's the bottom line. That's all I'm trying to say to you. Anybody take that gold trade with me? So NAS is really interesting. NAS is really going to kind of bounce around a little bit, and we're going to watch this as a potential turn trade. Now, it really requires, we need like 2 greens to give us any confidence that it's working. Gold is doing its run to the highs again, and if you wanted to press it, it's probably not a bad idea to press it, to buy it again and press it higher. I'm just doing so many trades with you guys. I'm afraid I'm just gonna blow people's minds. And I want to give somebody a pause here because I think we did like 15 trades in the last 15 minutes. That's a lot of movement. But you know what? Session highs. We got to take it. Three, two, one. All right. Where am I at? All right. I'm just going to take a quick scalp because I didn't want to do retrace and buy, but it does move over to fresh more highs, right? Fresher highs. I mean, honestly, guys, the simplest thing to do, just sort of like, there's 1,000 different permutations of like everything that we're doing, and you can create your own constraints and your own filters and rules. But really, when you think about this, the easiest, the best trades, you just, if you're in trend, right? You're in trend with momentum. So you're printing neon greens on an upside, you're printing neon reds on a downside. You just selling it with one retrace behind, and your chance of resolving that is just enormous. I mean, if we were just let me run you through the ratio when you are in this thing, and obviously this is the best time this happens is like a 9 to 10:30 when you have the highest probability of unidirectional moves. Now, there are some days where it just sucks, but that's the whole point. If every day was great, you wouldn't have to ever trade. But most of the days, you're going to get these unidirectional moves. And if you do the unidirectional move, literally, like if we start over here, every single trade is when you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you like 7, and even this one, if you took it down, you sold 15, you sold 20 back up and came back down, you were able to resolve it. By the way, looking for a turn. But generally, I mean, the whole point is I would never trade more than 5 consecutive trades per slice, because that's you're really pushing your luck here. And then conversely, when you trading gold, right? Even in a choppy environment of gold here, buy, dip down, sell, everything gets resolved. So there's 1, 2, 3. You can see me resolving all this shit because I'm buying 2 3s and they're all resolving. This is the only one that clearly fails. I think 17, you buy 16, your drop is 11, and I think you just get tagged out. So this is the only one that goes. So now you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against like 7 here. That's 12. You're basically 12-1, right? Even if you're 10-1, it's a ridiculously strong hit ratio. And you're done, just imagine you just you're trading this on the eval side with just the minis, not the micros. At a 12-1, it's like $900. You're a third of the way towards getting funded in basically an hour and a half, 90 minutes worth of trade. So very, very efficient, very effective if you kind of press it, and you have the move, the sell down move or the buy up move. Let's see if one last thing I kind of want to do with you guys, because I got to go at 10:30, is do we get a turn trade in NASDAQ? Red, green, but no second green until we have like a little bit of a move here, right? Why did dollar yen drop on U.S. positive data yesterday? I think Bank of Japan had a verbal intervention. Remember, it's never just a simple variable, right? Anyways, for Friday morning, where we usually just don't do anything, today was a lot of fun. Looks like a St. Valentine's Day massacre on the charts here, right? Boom, 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 boom. I'm not sure. Just walk, but just walk. It's a great question. If you don't understand the price action, that means something is happening under the radar, or in the undertow, whatever, below the sea surface, that you don't know, right? This is a mistake that a lot of people used to make, and yours truly used to make all the time, which is like, no, I know the story. Why is this not making sense? Don't they see what's going on? And if you don't understand what's happening, the rule in Vegas is, if you don't know who the sucker is at the table, the sucker is you. If you don't know what's happening and you insist that your point of view is correct, you're the sucker. Because if the price action is not confirming your thesis, something's going underneath there that bigger than you, that you don't know about. And you always want to respect that. No matter how idiotic it may seem or how confusing it is, something is happening that is trumping whatever reasons you think people should be buying or selling. It's a lesson you kind of learn over time. You see that, by the way, in live trading when Kathy will live trade, and she'll have a fundamental thesis, and it just goes completely the other way around. And instead of just fighting it, she will just say, no, we're going around. Because, there's the old adage is, if fundamentals go one way and technicals going the other way, that's usually the best trade in the world, because it means everybody's thinking one way, but the trade is going the other way. The reversal pattern is going to be much stronger. There's something underneath it that's driving price action that's much stronger. And that once everybody begins to realize it, it becomes a hugely positive force on that move. So when you have a discrepancy between fundamentals and technicals, and the technicals are driving the price action, you really want to go that way. Find out the reason later, because there will always be a big reason explained later. All right, so here's the money question on NAS. Is this a double bottom? We don't know. We don't need to know. The market is gonna tell us. Well, guys, when you talk about like dollar yen and you talk about currency flows, what I think people don't understand is there's a lot of the flows are not being driven by speculators in the market. They could be driven by long-term investors like Japanese life insurance companies, which have trillions of dollars of U.S. assets on the books that may need to be repatriated. In other words, they got to sell the. We're getting a sell at session lows, 36. Not quite a neon, so not the best, but good enough. I'm just watching NASDAQ here. Let's switch to NAS on this chart so you guys can watch it with me. And I'm going to sell the sell the session lows. Although it's a double top, I mean double bottom. I know it could be selling the bottom. I notice, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm fully cognizant that I could be sticking my head into or my finger into a socket. But let's give it a shot. Okay, short, and then 20. And I want to be at 25. Okay, I'm in its second move, and I want to move this over. Let's see if I can hold the mover where this is going to just pop on me, which it very well may. I fully knew this could pop on me, but I wanted to just kind of do one last move with you guys here. I took the small scalp because, gave us 2-3 minutes. It's probably going to go my way now, but I got to go. So I didn't want to keep you guys straight, but this trade would have actually fully resolved. I was in at 23. I was looking for 13, and I think it would have hit me here, or you would have just hit me now. Well, close enough to hit me here. So even though I knew the dangers, the technique helps me out to even it out. And it looks like boom. And right now that would have been totally done, right? So, every trade, you got to come in with your eyes wide open, assess whether you think, the risk is worth it. I knew this was a double top, double bottom, and that, they're probably going to make a stand. But it also is one of those kind of very vulnerable points where if they can't make a stand, they're going to try to crush it even lower. We'll see how the day goes by. Like, Fridays sometimes can be very, very ugly. For the whole day. I mean, the big question today, right, for Friday is this going to be ugly for the whole day, or is this just sort of like the usual, let me crush it until 11 o'clock, then we'll stabilize it. Trump comes out, does his thing, and everybody feels good, and then we start doing a slow buy. Now, if we start doing a slow buy, we'll see the double, the red, green, greens on a structure face, and you'll be able to take advantage of that. But in the meantime, it's just all scalps to the downside to make it viable. So it's good. We had a great day today, guys. I mean, we killed it in every structure. We killed it on NASDAQ on this one. We killed it on this. My biggest problem was just kind of, focusing on one thing. But as I said, the easiest, cleanest, simplest thing, we sell the highs, buy the lows, and let the market do its thing. It's pretty easy to trade it when you got the momentum on your side. All right, guys, I see everybody. We're not going to see each other Monday because Monday is MLK. I think we're probably going to do our Monday show on Tuesday, okay? Because U.S. markets are closed Monday for Martin Luther King Day. We're going to probably do I'll confirm with Kay, but I think she's going to want to do it on Tuesday. So we will do the full market show on Tuesday. And I'll see you guys then. Don't forget. So I'm going to remind everybody, Prop Trader Fest. Everybody, please sign up, and also sign up for the. You guys want the raffles? I'm sending the raffle tickets here. This is $5 million worth of prop giveaways for you. Go do that, and then please also, if you haven't yet, come join me on Wealth Charts. I'm going to talk about momentum in a really interesting way at Wealth Charts. I got a really cool presentation, lots of interesting academic research to back up what I do, and it'll be a lot of fun. So come watch me at Wealth Charts this Wednesday, and I will see everybody on Tuesday. All right, guys. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Super fun. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.